G'day, Mark from Mustard Bikes here. I'm in the workshop today with this absolutely gorgeous 70th anniversary Yamaha YZF-R1. We're very lucky to have this bike today, and we're going to show you how to fit one of our tail tidies from start to finish. Now before we get started though, we're going to need some tools. This install was filmed with an early release bike. As bike designs are updated and revamped over the years, some aspects of this installation may have changed. Please check our video description below to find out if there are any changes to the installation process shown here. To get the job done, you'll need a 10mm socket or spanner, a small Phillips head screwdriver, a small flat blade screwdriver, a pair of side cutters or scissors, a 5mm Allen key, and in our case we've decided to use both a standard Allen key and a T-bar Allen key. You also need a can of WD-40 or a similar lubricant to make your life a little bit easier. In the box, you'll find the card that led you to this video, the plastic base plate that came in the kit, this little bag with a couple of nuts here, a couple of cable ties and 2 of these oval spacers, and then in amongst all these packing peanuts, you'll find the tail tidy itself. Now this one as well comes with the plug pre-attached. So now we've got everything together to get the job done, let's get started. The first job is to remove your pillion seat cover or your pillion seat. Now if you've got the pillion seat, simply use your key, otherwise we're going to use our 5mm Allen key to remove the 2 bolts shown. And we can then remove that cover. So with the cover removed, we're going to move on to the rider's seat. Again, using our 5mm Allen key. In our case, we've swapped to the T-bar just because it's a bit easier to use. We're going to remove the 2 bolts and then slide the seat backwards to remove it from the bike. Use your flat blade screwdriver and Phillips head screwdriver to remove the 4 screw pins holding in the infill panel between the rider's seat and pillion seat. Use your flat blade screwdriver to create some pressure that will engage the thread on the Phillips head screw. We can now access and disconnect the wiring that runs to the rear fender. The last step before we can remove the rear fender is to remove this plastic bracket so we can undo the resistors for the indicators. Use your 5mm Allen key to remove the 2 bolts. Slide the bracket forwards and then up. We can then access these 2 clips, which we can use a pair of pliers to disconnect. While we're here, we're also going to remove the seat latch as this will give us a lot of extra room to work. Again, to give us more room to work, we can disconnect the lead running to the tail light. And so now, again using our 5mm Allen key, we can remove the 3 bolts shown here to remove the stock fender. Now as we remove this last bolt, just remember to hold on to the stock fender as that's going to come away from the bike. And as it does, we can just feed all this wiring through the access hole. And with that, we've got the stock fender removed from the bike. So we can now head over to the bench and we'll get the tail tidy ready for installation. If you're fitting the stock indicators to the tail tidy, we're going to need to remove these from the stock fender. The first thing we're going to do is undo this little wiring clip at the top here, just by lifting the 2 sides and pushing them apart. So that will then come off. We can then flip this whole unit over and we take our flat blade screwdriver. We're just going to pop this in here on the side, catch that, lift it up, and you'll see that pops off like this. That then allows us to turn this back and gives us access through here. So he's going to pull these 2 indicator wires through. And then we can pop that one back shut. So to get the indicators off themselves, you you'll see there's a little rubber tab here. We're just going to lift this up, and then behind here is this little plastic keeper plate. So you're just going to pop that out like so and pull it back. Then we should be able to pull the indicator out from the bike itself. So we're going to push that through. They are quite stiff, so we're going to pull it from the larger end first. Make sure that you're pulling from here, not from here. And so we pull that out like that. Feed the whole lot through. Now we're just going to take note here that we've just removed the right hand indicator. So we're going to sit that over to the right hand side, because we've got to make sure that we fit that to the right hand side of the tail tidy. And then of course we do the same with the other side here. So we can now get rid of this stock fender, put it into storage somewhere, and we're going to take in our tail tidy, as well as the two little oval spacers that came in the kit. Now we need to fit these to the indicators. So to do that, we're going to first off determine that we've got the positioning right. So then we're going to feed this one through here, all the way through. And then we're going to clip this one onto the indicator. Now this bit is quite fiddly. And you can use your flat blade screwdriver just to give that last little bit a hand through. So we do that to both sides again. Again, check the orientation. So it's going to go on like that. So this is where we're going to take our clean rag and our WD-40. We're going to start here with the right hand indicator. And we're just going to give this indicator mount here just a light spray with WD-40. Just rub that around. And we're also going to do the same to this indicator mount here. Just going to wipe the excess away a bit. So then we're going to start with the smaller end here first, bringing that up. Get these tabs through. Try and get that smaller end through and engaged. And then we're going to work our way towards the front. So this is a very, very fiddly job, but take your time and have some patience with it, and you should get through it. Just use our flat blade screwdriver here to help it through. This side as well. Just being careful not to stab yourself, of course. Okay, that should be it nearly. So you saw it just clicked in place. Just take our rag again, wipe off all that excess WD-40. Then we're going to feed this clip along, this keeper plate, and just pop that back in place. So that's the right hand side indicator done. And then of course we do the same with the left hand side. So again, small touch of WD-40. There we go. Give that a little bit of a wiggle, make sure it's all seated properly. And then like the other side, we're going to feed this one through and re-engage that. Now, if you're struggling with this process, just so you've got a heads up, this actually took us 4 goes to record. So it is quite tricky, but again, patience is key. The last step to do before we can fit this to the bike is to tidy up the wiring. So we're going to unravel this LED bolt wire here. And then we're going to feed all the wiring through this main hole here. So then we're going to take one of our cable ties that came in the kit, and you'll notice there's these two holes here. We're going to fit the cable tie through one of those holes and then back out the other side. I'm just going to capture these 3 wires in that cable tie. And we're going to do that up, like so. And we can then use our side cutters to clip away the tail from that cable tie. So we're going to flip the whole assembly over. We take that little base plate that came in the kit. You'll notice there's a slot through here with a triangular hole. That's for that wiring to go through. So we're just going to feed that wiring through this little slot, just one by one. It may take a little bit of encouragement. And then we're just going to line this up so that hole is aligned with the mounting hole here. Now you will notice you'll need to access that hole through the wiring here, so we're just going to shift that to one side, and then we're going to take one of the original mounting bolts from the stock Fender and just install that through like so. So this assembly is then ready to take over to the bike and install. So when we fit this to the bike, we're going to need one of the 3 nylock nuts that came in the kit. Now, we find it really handy to hold it in our socket by using a little bit of black tape before we put the nut in there. This is going to make sure that it doesn't fall out and make it a lot easier to get it started on the thread. So we can now put the tail tidy up to the bike, and we're going to start by feeding the wiring through the hole. Once we have everything through the hole, we're just going to make sure that this base plate lines up. And then feed the single bolt that we've already got pre-installed up into the bike. Remembering to put the keeper plate in place first. We can then take that nut and feed it onto the single bolt. We can then take the other 2 bolts and install those as well. With all 3 bolts in place, we can give them a final tighten. At this point, we can reinstall the wiring, so we're going to reconnect the brake light, and then we're going to take these indicator wires and this number plate light wire, run them through this clip here, and then do that clip back up. Install the number plate wire, which is this one here, and then match the white connector with the white connector and the black connector with the black connector. So at this point in the install, before we continue on any further, we're going to do a really important safety check. We're going to take our key, turn on the ignition for the bike, and then we're just going to check that all our lighting's working correctly. Starting with that number plate light, making sure that's illuminated, checking our indicators and that they're working on the correct sides. Now, if you did get those on the wrong sides, the really simple fix without having to uninstall everything is to simply swap that black and white indicator connector, and that should fix your problem. The last thing I like to do, just because we have disconnected the brake light, just check that your brake light is still working correctly and that we haven't done something silly like pop a fuse or something similar. Now that we know that everything's working correctly, we can continue on. We can reinstall the brake light bracket, as well as the seat latch bracket. So the next piece is this little infill panel, making sure that we get these two little clips located properly, and then reinstalling these little threaded pins. Now, while it's really tempting to simply push the center of these in, if you want these pins to last, we recommend using your screwdriver and simply screwing them back in. We can then follow the infill panel with the rider's seat and its two bolts using a 5mm Allen key. As well as the pillion seat cover or pillion seat. And that's it, your Mustard Bike's tail tidy is installed. All that remains is to fit your number plate and take your bike for a ride. Now, it's a really wise idea. Once you have been for a few rides, just go over everything, make sure that it's all still fitting correctly, that all your nuts and bolts are still tight and all your lights are still operating correctly. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't yet purchased this product and you'd like to, if you've got one of these fantastic bikes, mustardbikes.com. If you haven't got one of these bikes, but you'd still like to fit one of our tail tidies, we make a whole range of products for a whole range of different manufacturers and different bikes. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram, tag us on your pictures, check us out on Facebook. We love hearing from our customers. Thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment if you'd like. We'll see you next time. Hello, hello. Let's start with our 5mm Allen, push it back, to remove the two bolts shown.